Hey, uh-oh. Wait a minute, let me turn my light on. I gotta turn my light on. Hold on. Hey, resetters. Hey. So I am here for our Sunday live tonight. We got a good one for you guys. I got a definitely a good one. And hopefully you see it in the title. Well, welcome, resetters. Welcome to the reset. Welcome to the reset circle. Tonight we have a good one. But before then, I'm going to tell you what I'm drinking, whatever tea, guys. I'm having mine. Like I said, you could have yours, whatever drink you have, and whatever. Come join me if you so please. I'm having ginger and lemon tonight because actually it's good for us, but also too, it serves as a twofer for me tonight because I got a little bit of an upset stomach. So I'm going to be having this to help with that. All right. And if you guys, as you see in the title, tonight we are going to be, oh, that's good. We're going to be talking about 12 things, talking about 12 things that I no longer apologize after the age of 50, honey. And you should not either. I think these are a really good list of things that we can really consider at this stage in the game because, after all, guys, just with everything going on and everything like that, life is definitely not as long as we would hope sometimes for it to be. Just in lieu of so many different things happening and people around our age group, it just really prompted me to talk about these things. And plus, I'm just at that age where I'm just no longer apologizing for things that are good for me. Okay. So, and I want to see how many people can relate, how many people can relate, and just kind of seeing where you are in your life with this. Let's see how many people are challenged by these things or even working on these things because it is actually a work in progress. I have my list on the side and I'm going to be going down those things on my list so that I don't miss none of them because I think they're all so good. And I feel like whether we're doing it or not, we could consider it or either learn from it. Okay. So I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. It's just 6 o'clock. I'm gonna just try to wait and see who can come in for a second. I'm gonna have a couple little sips of my tea until I can see a few people kind of come in on the live. If you are here, do not hesitate to say hi in the live. I'm trying to get everybody to, hey, go ahead and say hello. You know what I mean? This ginger is so good. I love my ginger too. That is really good. So, like I said, also, if you come in here, thumbs up the live. In the meantime, something really quick though, in regards to my hair. Thank God I was able to I just finished my retightening. Thank you, Jesus. Like I said, I'll still kind of pop in little things here and there. And that was something that I needed to get done. And so I did that as well. But like I said, I'm gonna give it like about one more minute, and then I'm gonna go ahead and we are going to get started. I have a couple of other things to do, so I don't want to be on here too long. I'm giving myself an hour limit, and we're gonna get through this and have this really juicy, good conversation. Okay. All right. Let's get this in order, and we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. This is some good tea tonight on this, y'all. And I feel like a lot of you guys is gonna be able to relate to this. I'm sure a lot of you all are putting this into practice because I'm certainly am. I may not have all of them that I'm doing the way that I would want them, that I would want to do them, but I am definitely working on it. And we can always just think of it as every every year, what I try to do is I try to improve upon myself all the time. I try to be, we all have room for improvement. So that's one of the quotes that I always say. There's always room for improvement. So I try to do a little bit like every day. Know who you are, know the type of person you are. I am a gradual person. I'm not just one of those like a cold turkey type of people where I can just stop something right, like just okay, I say it, boom, and I stop. No. So know how you work. That's not how I work. I'm gradual, so I do it kind of in a gradual way. That tends to work best for me. Okay. But so do whatever works good for you. If you come in, guys, like I said, come and say hi in the chat or also give a thumbs up. I would certainly appreciate that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. It's like 5 minutes in. Whoever pops in and see this live is supposed to be here. There is usually what I say is whoever it is that's here, there's a message for you. This is something that hopefully you will be able to get out of this live. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So these are the 12 things that I no longer apologize for after 50. The number one thing that I no longer apologize for, and I don't even have to look at that, is protecting my peace. Okay? I am no longer at a place in my life where I apologize for protecting my peace. I mean, are we still saying yes when you want to say no and no when you want to say yes? Um, Having people gaslight you when you don't want to do something that you really just in your heart and soul just really do not want to do. Okay, so at this stage, I am like cutting all of that out. I am really learning. And even though it's actually not, it's easier said than done because if you're not used to doing that, how many of you were people pleasers? Any people pleasers or whatever? I'm going to have to admit to that. Back in my day or my time, I used to find it really hard to say no to people or whatever things like that. It was always you're not wanting to upset nobody. You don't want to you want to keep the peace and all those different kind of things, even if it was at the detriment of yourself. So even if it was at the detriment of yourself, you're gonna go ahead and do those things that you really don't want to do, or just all the different things that protect your peace, whether that's not answering that phone when someone's calling you and you really don't feel like talking that day, but you're like, oh my God, if I don't answer it, what's going to happen, this or that, and all those other kind of things. So just all the different things that you can think about when it comes to protecting your peace. Do not hesitate to that. We all know when we are dishonoring ourselves. We all know when we are feeling stressed out from things that we're doing, when we're doing things that we really don't want to do. At this age of 50, you pretty much know when you are not honoring yourself and protecting your peace. So if you're not doing that, make sure you put that as a priority in your life because your health depends on it. Who's being stressed out today? Who's um, high blood pressure and all these different things that are happening to us as we age. So that's going to be very important for you to protect your peace, no matter who it is. I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, co-workers, whoever it is. If it comes to where it disturbs your peace, you may want to consider protecting it. Okay. Number two, just like how I was saying, is saying no. That is so funny because saying no is just a simple word, no. And like someone said, I read no is a complete sentence. Okay. Like so again, it's easier said than done to be able to think that you could just say no to people. Maybe or if it's on your job, your boss asks you to do something that's a little bit extra outside of what your job title is, or whatever that is. Saying no, we don't want to just stand our ground and say no, or whatever that is. But that is something that I'm still working on. I mean, I have learned to do it a whole lot better now. Like, listen, let me tell you, you just like, how do they say, not fake it? I guess it's fake it till you make it, but you just have to start practicing doing little things. And that's, like I said, I'm a gradual person. So I've started to just do it on smaller things. Like, you know, maybe it's like, hey, can I borrow some money or whatever that is? No, I don't have it right now. Even if that feels uncomfortable to you or whatever it is, anything that you need to say no to or know about, you need to start practicing that. And then you can just build it up to the bigger things and the bigger things and the bigger things. And that, a lot of times, it tends to be harder when it comes to things like, say, our friends or our family or whatever that may be. Hey, can you babysit for me tonight? Could you watch my dog? Could your dog sick? Could you, it's all kind of different things that you definitely will have the ability to say no to. And I guarantee you there's plenty of us out here that done said yes to the stuff that you really wanted to say no to, right? So that's something that I'm continuing to practice. I'm continuing to practice saying no to people, all right? The next thing that I'm not apologizing for in my 50s is, wait a minute, outgrown relationships, right? How many times have you stayed in different kind of relationships when you know that you have outgrown these relationships? That could be all sorts, romantic relationships, some friendships, some friendships at your job, all kinds of different types of relationships. You have to start, you got to learn how to walk away when it's time to walk away from certain relationships. If it's no longer, like how they say, if it is not good for your health, like it's just not good for your mental, your physical, all of those different types of things. Sometimes, guys, we just gotta, walk away from the relationships that you outgrow. And we all know when you outgrown a relationship, everybody knows that it's not, you're not doing the same things that you used to do. You're not wanting to be authentic, like your authentic self. It's just not, you can feel the tension if you are around somebody and then you end up, if you end up feeling worse than what you did when you came in or was around the person, then you automatically know that that's just, it might be time, it might be the exit, time to exit. And also sometimes it just might be a wrong time in your life, or sometimes you can meet up with people and it's the wrong season. Y'all might not be in the right season, and then it could go down the line, and then that might be a better season. Both of you guys might need to, or people in general may need to grow, need to mature more, or whatever that is, in order for you to be in the right space at the right time. Okay. That's another thing. So, and a lot of us, we're all guilty of it, staying longer than you should in certain situations and all that kind of stuff. And if it's at the detriment of yourself, you need to make sure that you are trying to do the right thing to just learn to let it go. I know it's hard for some of us to kind of do that. And depending on the type of person you are, it is hard to let certain things go. So that's one of those things that we are going to have to learn to practice, to do those different things. So those type of relationships that you outgrow, you're just going to have to put on your big girl and boy, little pants, and you're going to have to learn to do that stuff, especially if it's going to keep peace in your life. You're going to have to go ahead and do that. Spending time alone, guys, that's a big one. Spending time alone, especially if you came from a big family like I did. I grew up in a huge family. There was, my grandmother had a lot of children. My grandmother had 14 kids. This was back in the day, the Southern people, where a lot of people were having kids. My grandmother had 11 sons and 3 daughters. And just between my mom, my aunt, and two of my aunts and my mom, there were 16 grandbabies. So imagine, if my mom has 6 kids, her sister has 6, and another one has had 5. So I grew up with a huge family. There was always people around, and so it was really hard when you come from a really big, huge family. It is really, really hard to get little moments alone to yourself. Like, just when you've come from that, you just you're grateful just for the smallest amount of time that you could sneak away, or when everyone's out the house playing or whatever, and you just got 5 minutes in the room by yourself, or this or that. You learn to really value that kind of stuff. So with me growing up, I was always ready to be out or get out. Like, I couldn't wait till I got my first apartment so that I could have some alone time. But the surprising thing about that is that when you grow up in a big family like that, when you leave and then it's quiet, it's almost too quiet. So you have to actually adjust. You literally have to adjust from being with so many people and all of that stuff to being alone to yourself. But over time, you will definitely get there. That is one of the things that I really truly learned to appreciate. And even if you don't think that you can do it, I would test you to give you the hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? What's that? HLB Junior R7R3I. Hey, what's going on? Sorry about that. We are talking about things that we are no longer apologizing after the age of 50. Now, I don't know if you are in that group, or you just you just a part of the reset squad. Let me know if you're what age bracket. Oh, Harold. Oh, what's up, Harold? Did you change was your screen name always like that, or did that change? Did that change? Oh, I will be 40 in a few days. Wait a minute. I forgot it's Virgo season. It is Virgo season. And I know a lot of Virgos too. Do you got any plans, Harold? You got any special plans for your for your birthday? Yes, you can laugh. Oh my God, the Virgos are out now. Woo, watch out. And give me a thumbs up, Harold. Well, anyways, I hope you are doing something. Well, tell me one thing that you are not apologizing for in your 40s, because that's still up there of age. Would you still you okay. Oh, you're going to Key West, you're going to Florida. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I had heard a lot of stuff had happened to Key West, so I'm wondering if it's still. I know there was a lot of damage from like a storm from way back. I'm sure they probably fixed it up by now, but I'm just remembering this storm that had happened down there. But I'm going over stuff that, like I said, we no longer apologizing for. And I'm gonna tell you, like I was just dropping off on no longer apologizing for spending time alone. Now at this point in my life, I need a long time. I'm a type of person that want a long time because that helps me to recharge. It helps me to think. Like, it stops all the distractions and all that other type of stuff. So that, just like right now, I have a lot going on coming up these next couple of weeks, because I have some goals that I'm trying to get done, and it's going to require me to actually be quiet and be alone so that I can go ahead and execute all the different things that I want to do. So that is definitely one of those things. And don't look at it as somebody lonely and all this other kind of stuff, because that's not it. And it's not isolation, it's solitude. Okay. Being alone when you're being productive is called solitude, not um um isolation. Okay, because some people, you gotta be careful with that though, because some people try to go into isolation. We ain't doing isolation, we doing solitude to get things done and to hear your own thoughts. Okay. Hear your own thoughts. Prioritizing number 5, honey. We are prioritizing our health. And I'm gonna tell you right now too, Harold, as even you turning 40, let me tell you, and with men too, things start to happen a little bit earlier with guys and stuff like that. So are you that type, especially if you're living in Florida? I'm sure there's a lot of, do people work out a lot over there, and keeping their self in shape? Because I know at the beach it seems like a lot of people be really into their like healthcare. You working on your health? Same thing with me too. I'm gonna tell you, with me, I am not trying to be one of those folks that have like a damn pharmacy on my dresser. We're not doing that. I am not having a pharmacy. Okay, you said people work out all day, every day. Well, you know what? That's good. And it seems like, because I've seen some people down there, like older people looking, looking nice. And if you want to be able to be mobile, it's so much that goes into that. And I'm going to tell you something, when you start to get up in that little 50s club where I'm at, different things are going to start to happen to you. Even at age 40, you'll start experiencing different things at age 40. But then, even when you get to the 50s club, like where I'm at, you'll start dealing with things that are different too. And this is something I'm gonna tell you to look out for that I was kind of shocked with, because sometimes I would be able to get away with like certain things where you feel like, oh, okay, my blood pressure is cool right here. I can probably eat a little bit of this. I could kind of do this without really kind of thinking that your body can just bounce back like that and all that. It don't quite work like that when you get in your 50s. You will be shocked how you can't play around. Like, you gotta really be on your stuff. You gotta start doing a whole lot less messing up and more of doing some good stuff when you start getting to your 50s. Okay, you still got some room to play around in your 40s, but get in your 50s and watch what happens if you think you can be playing around. So right now, the first I was trying to, I'm getting ready to join the gym. I'm about to get with my little gym program, and then hopefully on some videos and stuff like that, some little vlog style stuff, I can start kind of like bringing my camera in there and let y'all see me try to do my little workouts and stuff like that. Eating good. When it comes to the eating stuff, I always have been a little bit better with that. Do I still kind of cheat a little bit here and there? I do eat stuff that, what, last night I did. I had some pizza and some chicken wings last night, but that's not something I do all the time. You said you stopped playing around early. I'll tell you what, that is the good thing. Like, maybe you can drop some jewels on us. Like what is it? So when you're saying you stop, what do you mean? Like your gym, your eating? Oh, stop smoking cigarettes. I work out 4 days a week. See, that's what I'm trying to get where it comes to the workout thing. Smoking, there was like a small period of time where I actually used to smoke, but it was later, it was earlier in my life. Like when I had my daughter, like around, I would say, because I never smoked initially, but once my life got stressful, I had a moment in my life, like when I was like, after I had my daughter, I think between like age 21 and as I became a new mother and all that other kind of stuff, it got so stressful for me that I would like occasionally. I was like a casual smoker though, because I wouldn't smoke at work. I was embarrassed to smoke outside, like, so I was a hider, like a closet cigarette smoker. And it was so funny because, and I would not want nobody to know I was smoking cigarettes or whatever like that. So I did it because I was like super stressed out. But then they ended up having this program at my job. It was like a smoking cessation program. So, and once I got in that, I had tried a couple of times liquid chlorophyll. You know what? Wait a minute. What ended up happening with me, I ended up going to a smoking cessation program at my job. And it was so crazy because I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna be embarrassed to go there. What if somebody at my job see me? And then I was like, girl, what are you tripping on? If they see you, you gonna see them too. So it's not like they gonna have something over you. You better go ahead and get in the program. And it was the best thing that I ever did. And what ended up happening that actually made it work, because I used to be able to stop like for a couple of months on my own or whatever and stuff like that. But I just couldn't completely like stop, even though it was just like casual smoking or whatever. but they made you, they taught us that it's habitual. So it's like everything you're doing is habit. We had to throw out everything, like we had to throw out ashtrays, cigarette lighters, wherever you purchase cigarettes from, even if it was a corner store, the gas station, wherever it is, you could not go to those places anymore. There was like a meditation tape. You literally, we're like, but that means I gotta drive all the way to the gas station. I gotta go here. He said, well, that's just what you gotta do. And every time you had a feeling to smoke, you had to write it down. You had to do all that kind of stuff. So let me see what you said. I use liquid chlorophyll, collagen supplements, multivitamins, probiotics, black seed oil, sea moss. Those are the things I take every day. Okay, on your list, I just started taking chlorophyll, but the pills. I'm gonna show you the one I got and let me know what you think. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna show you some of my stuff. Now, I don't. Okay, I started taking this one, Harold, the biochlorophyll B12. I literally just started this. This is the I had just got this one, the black seed. What about this one? I just got that. I usually go to Dr. Bobby Price to do the sea moss. Okay, this one. But there is another one I got. I don't know if you know of Dr. Bobby Price. This one right here, is this a good one? Dr. Bobby Price. So I got him, and then this is some other, and in probiotics. Oh, the collagen supplement. I have the one in the blue bar, the blue container of the collagen. I got to get me some more multivitamins. I'm out of that, and the prebiotics. What about like the those 6 pack of little yogurt things that is like prebiotic? They have it in like vanilla, strawberry, different packs. And then I have one other thing. Let me know. Hold on, I want to show you one other thing. This is another one by Dr. Bobby Price, right? So I also got his cleanse thing now. This was a 14-day one. This one right here, the tummy detox and a parasite candida cleanse. I am in need of a cleanse right now. So I was planning on doing like a 1 or 2 day thing with this right here. This is good, Harold. This right here, because he has the 7 day one. Because so this together, this whole thing together was like, I think it was like $100 for this together, $100. And try his sea moss, because I want to actually get his sea moss again, because he has the purple one. Like he was saying, this one is good. I got off Amazon, and they show you like a video of this one, like of how it shows the people like harvesting it, like them actually fishing it out, doing all that kind of stuff. They have like a house thing where they dry it out and do all that kind of stuff, and then they sell this, or you can actually kind of purchase it already made from them. I like that too. But with this right here, they got the 7 day or the 14 day. So this actually was a 14 day one. I haven't even quite worked my way up to the 14 days. So like sometimes even with this, sometimes I might just do like a 3 day cleanse or a day, and then work your way up. So the farthest I've gotten is 7 days. And because it's like I gotta learn how to tweak it that it will work for me without getting me sick. Because if you're not doing this right, your body will feel it if you're not getting like kind of like the nourishment. Because it seems like I need to eat food, because you can still eat food with this. This is super bitter. Like one of them is bitter as hell, so you may have to like bite down on some oranges. He said you can like, eat oranges with it, like if the taste is too bitter for you, like as you're drinking it, just so you could put something like sweet or whatever in your mouth. The other one is less bitter, but this right here, one thing I will tell you, don't take this unless you can stay home for the day or two. Like if you take this, you're gonna need to be able to be home. So don't have no plans when you do this, because when I say it cleanses you, this will give you a cleanse and a half. He said, Dr. Bobby Price said he does it, I think 4 times a year, like so every quarter he does it. And I think, and you know what? Can you guess what his sign is, Harold? Can you guess what his sign is? And when we're talking about, he's a Virgo. So it would, but so shout out. He's a damn Virgo, okay? But shout out to the Virgos, though. I have a brother that's a Virgo too, and I swear, and my daughter father is a daggone Virgo, and I must have had 2 other Virgo boyfriends. I don't know what it is about damn Virgos. I attract them, whether it's around me or something. I always attract a damn Virgo. I do not know why. With y'all crazy self, because you're so crazy sometimes, okay? Y'all crazy people. But anyways, but I will say Virgos are super, you guys are super ambitious. You all are smart. Y'all are really smart. Y'all have very nobody likes us. That's a nobody like y'all damn Virgos, because y'all crazy. But I'll tell you though, Virgos are high achievers though. You guys are very ambitious, and when you put your mind to doing something, you all gonna get it done. The thing about you guys too is y'all are natural born leaders. Y'all really are. Y'all are, like if you put a Virgo in that space, a Virgo gonna run that damn space. They gonna run the space, and you just gotta know how they work. And probably because y'all are just so damn, I don't know if I can say bossy, but you don't hold your tongue, you speak your mind. There's just some stuff about y'all could be a trip, Lord have mercy. But my name means born to lead. Is that what your name means? It means born to lead. Well, god damn it, if you ain't got the right name, you got the right name, because they are, look at all the leaders, look at all the people who were like real leaders. Oh, Harold means that. That's what I'm saying. Your name. You said your name means born to lead. I didn't know Harold means born to lead, but I didn't know that. But I do know that y'all are like that. Look at Michael Jackson was a Virgo. Beyonce's a Virgo. Like all of like Virgos are leaders. Like you guys really are leaders, and you're high achievers. You guys really go for the top, and you don't waste your time. Like I'm like, you'll know if a damn Virgo care about your ass, because you won't get their time. Like if you ain't wasting a Virgo's time, okay? I've been around them long enough to know you gotta mean something for they ass to be pouring into you. You better believe that. But like I said, we gonna go through what we no longer apologizing for. So damn, you describing me? Yeah, yeah, because I've been around y'all long enough. I know Virgos damn front and back. Like I live with one. My brother, I know how he is. Y'all neat ass self perfectionist, and also I'm a Virgo rising. Which before I did, I used to like go against, like, oh damn it, why I got that damn Virgo? Because I used to always kind of be like, when it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's nice. It is not, it's not. Like how I can be with a Virgo, but I think what it is because what I really liked it most is that I could always feel so comfortable around them. Virgos will, it's like, well, me, I don't know about other people, but I always feel a way that I could be myself. Like they just have a way about them that you could just be yourself around them, and it don't matter how unsavory that you are, because I've been around some good ones and some not so damn good ones, and boy, I have seen the spectrum from them. But we gonna get back to it because we can't derail this. Because the last time your little fur baby niece, it was derailed because I was talking about somebody was so interested in my dog. So we gotta get back on this, Harold. Our little discussion with the Virgo. If I do a horoscope, goddamn live, then I'll talk about we could talk about the different signs because I used to always be into horoscopes, so I know a lot of signs back and forth. Not just a Virgo, I know a lot of them. Okay, so number six of what I'm not apologizing for no longer is going to bed early. So I think that's also a part of that is definitely also a part of our health thing is going to bed early. Um, and I really have really learned. I'm struggling with it too, but I have really learned just how important um going to bed early really is. Like if you really get your sleep the way that you're supposed to get your sleep, you are so much more productive. Everybody should know that by now, especially as we are aging and stuff like that. It is super super important for you to get your sleep. You need your rest. It is just going to support you all the way around. That is for damn sure. I was suffering with insomnia for a minute where I just stay up late, and then also too my body is in tune to staying up late for whatever reason. I just have this thing that I'm trying to change about staying up late. I introduced magnesium. Now that I've introduced the magnesium in my diet, I am doing so much better with my sleeping and stuff because I am using that. And just as being older, that's going to help you too, anyways. Um, Also, number seven, we just gonna go ahead and get through this. And anyone's relating to it, you can go ahead and put your stuff in there if you can relate to it or whatever. Just drop down below something you ain't apologizing for. Having different opinions, guys. So a lot of times we don't feel comfortable when we have a different opinion about what someone is saying, even though no matter how wrong they may be, I don't mean or wrong that I could be or they could be or whatever. And you just don't want to kind of state your opinion, whether it's, you could be having something, someone could say something at the job in your meetings or whatever, this and that, and then you feeling uncomfortable about saying what you feel about that. Don't feel uncomfortable about that. You know what I'm saying? If you have a different opinion, go ahead and just say it, whether people agree or not. It's just going to have to just be that. I'm no longer apologizing for that. Number eight, starting over. I am no longer apologizing for starting over, having new beginnings, all that other kind of stuff, because I'm doing that right now. I'm doing the whole start over by relocating to a whole new state. Is it easy? No, it is not easy. And have I had to adjust? Yes, you're going to adjust. It's going to make you grow. Okay, so if and don't allow your age, don't let your age make this, allow this to be your reset, because that's what it was for me. And it was funny because even before I even came to renaming the channel and being like Faye Taylor the Reset, I just was like doing so many different resets, and relocating to another state. And people was trying to tell me, "Oh, you're at this age, you're trying to do that." Most people, it does get a little bit harder and it's a little more challenging once you get older. Like, so once you're in that 50 space like me, 60, 70 above, like, because there are certain people that are older doing different things, actually being brave enough to kind of make big moves like to another state or whatever. And me, it was like a big deal because it was the only real home that I knew. And I did not know. I still don't know a lot of people where I'm at. I don't know a lot of people where I'm at. There's like a few people that I'm close to, maybe two, but then one other family member I have that we're not really that connected with. So it's a big thing to start over. Okay. But just know you could do it. You can do it. Is it gonna be work? Is it gonna be easy? No, it's not, but you can do it. Okay. Um, Changing careers. That's another whole thing. I used to work in the health field for 21 years doing the same thing, but I just was like so tired of going back into the hospital. I really did not want to do that anymore. So I changed careers. Is it different? Yes, it's different. But what I would suggest is that you don't, especially as you're getting older, don't do something that's going to be too hard for you. Don't do anything that Just make sure if you do change careers, it ain't something that you probably got to go back to school for like a year, five, and this and that. You better know yourself. Like maybe get certificates or something like that, because that's what I've been doing. Like if I wanted to do anything different, it would have to be just only certificates required or nothing over 6 months. Like at this stage, I'm not, I already went to college. I already got my 4 year degree and all that. I do not wish to redo college all over again. So I'm not doing all that. So if you do want to try to restart a career or start a new career, you better think about it in your 50s. I'm talking about speaking for people in our 50s. If you choose to restart a career, I think what was between 50, I might have been 51. Like I'm going on 56 now, but there is age discrimination out here right now. If you have a job, I will just try to put this out there. If you have a job, you've been there for a long time, you're getting good benefits, you're getting good money, this and that. It just depends on where you are with it. If you want to get out the work field or not, because I definitely plan to retire early. But if you're there and you can stay to when you're trying to retire and you're in your 50s, try your best to go ahead and stay there unless you got some other things to back you up, like entrepreneurial type of thing that you got situated with yourself, or some money set aside. Honey, if you got your dose set aside and you are able to do it, or got help or support, you're married or whatever, and you can actually do that. Other than that, you will be facing some age discrimination on the job, and I can attest to that. It took me 5 years to get a job, 5 years. And I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. Okay. Another thing in our 50s that I am not apologizing for is setting boundaries, guys. And that's one of those kind of things everybody is a little bit uncomfortable with, is setting type of boundaries. If you never had strong boundaries in the first place, if they were weak and whatever, you need to consider strengthening your boundaries with people, places, and things, because people will test your boundaries. As we all know, if you got into this age, you already know people are going to test your boundaries all the time. And if you don't tell people who you are, they're going to tell you who you are, and they will try to have you live how they want you to live and not how you want to live. And that's where them boundaries going to come into place, and be unapologetic about it. And that is exactly where I am. No matter who getting mad, who getting sad, honey, scratch your tail, do whatever it is you got to do. But today, I don't apologize for the boundaries that I have put in place. And we getting down to the last two. And number 11 is taking time to heal. That is something that I am definitely doing in my life right now. It has been really, really, really great. So you got to, if you're trying to heal, if you've been through things in your life like we all have, just living life, you're just going to go through things. There will be things that's traumatic in your life, or whatever it is. You're going to have to take out some time to heal, get some healing going on with yourself. So I have been on that journey, still on that journey of healing. So whatever that is, if putting yourself in a more peaceful place, like up in nature somewhere. I do my little nature walks. You might need therapy. You might pray, meditate, whatever that is, taking your spiritual bath. So just relaxing, vacation and more. Go take a trip, go lay out on the beach somewhere and relax. Okay. And don't allow nobody, take time for yourself. This is something that I do, and it's a part of my healing too. Is like I take what something that I did not used to do is taking days out the month for myself. So I'll take 2 days. I actually put it on the calendar, schedule it on your calendar, days for you. And mine is called Faye Day. You can put a mental health day, whatever it is you want to, because just like you schedule everything else, schedule your days to yourself. Like so, and see if it don't. I challenge you guys to do that and see if it don't make a difference. Take two, if you can, every 2 weeks, you can take one day for yourself. And then I set aside a certain amount of money. And then that day is mine. And that's for me to do whatever it is I want. If I don't want to do goddamn nothing, just sit down like a bump on the log. If that's something I want to do, I do that too. And that is part of my healing process. Okay. So everybody have different ways. That's all health, all different kind of things, aspects that you can do to create, to not apologize for taking care and healing yourself, taking time to heal yourself. So that's going to be something that's very important, guys. So make sure you try to do that as well. That's going to be very, very important. And last but not least is not being available for everyone all the time, because if you do not protect your time, people will take your time from you. And believe you me, people don't have a problem with it. They do not have a problem with calling you all kinds of nights. And I know this, I'm talking about personal spirits, okay? Whether it's family, friends, all kind of stuff. Now you can go ahead and, you can help people, you can support people, you can do all those different things, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can pour from an empty cup, but you're going to find out you're going to get burnt out real, real quick if you're spreading yourself too thin and not allowing to protect your time for yourself as well. So that's something that I'm learning. Actually, I've been doing pretty good with that, but I can even learn to do it even a little bit more. So just make sure that if you're chilling out, if it's one of your days and you decide this is my day to chill, I don't want to talk today, I want to chill out today, I want to just do things that that nourish me today, or whatever that is. No matter who calls or whatever happened, guess what? It's gonna be there tomorrow. Unless it's something super emergency, you can put some things in place to let people know, hey, look, if something's going on, it's emergency, leave a message. Do this or say that to let me know, okay, this is a real emergency. And then in that case, maybe would not maybe, but I would get to something that was considered an emergency. But if it wasn't, if it's just people just maybe wanting to talk or this or that or whatever, they'll be there tomorrow. They'll be there. Well, hopefully, if we take it, they'll be there the next day and all those different kind of things. So, but just make sure you're taking that time for yourself, because 9 times out of 10, whatever it is that is there, it's going to definitely be there waiting on you when you get back. So these are like 12 things that I am learning to not apologize for after 50, baby. Either not, I am not apologizing for making these changes in my life. And that is that. Either some of the things I'm doing good at, some of them I'm working at, they're not perfect. Some of them are easier said than done. But as long as you keep continuing to try, you can get through it and it can get better, and it will make your life better and happier, because and more peaceful, because that is what we all want, guys. So that is pretty much the tea talk for tonight. This is kind of it's we I've been on here 46 minutes, almost to an hour, which that is what I wanted. And so I do want to pose the question to you guys. What is something that you are no longer apologizing for after 50 years old? It could be some of these things that I mentioned on my list, and because I'm sure a lot of people, I don't know, let me know if you can relate to that. I don't know, but I'm sure a lot of people have been faced with a lot of these things probably on the list, with some of the main ones that you have been faced with that's on the list. Or is it something different? Add that down there. Maybe I can start incorporating that. Something else you're not apologizing for after 56. Maybe it's knowing your worth. That's something that wasn't on my list. Knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing that, when you're asking for something, like at a job, like knowing, like, because that's something that a lot of people find hard to do, is asking for the amount of money that they know that they're worth, whether it's based on their experience, this, that, or whatever it is. Or if you're selling a product, or if you're doing a service, ask for the money that you know that you deserve based on your experience, how well you do your thing, or how well a product is. So that's something that wasn't on my list, but just popped in my mind. Like, those are certain things that I had to work on, I had to learn. And because a lot of times, like even applying for jobs, I might not have known what money to ask for, but you can always go online and find out that range of what it pays for whatever it is you're going for, and you can find that out. And don't be go ahead and negotiate that. That's something. And don't apologize for what the worst they can say is no, right? So that's all that is. So guys, yes, so that is all I have for tonight, guys. And I hope everybody is doing good on this Sunday. So like, share, and I hope you guys share these videos, because there's a lot of different things on here that I feel that a lot of people can benefit from. Okay. But I got some other things too. I got a busy week coming up this week and stuff like that. So I got to go ahead and get to some other things. But I definitely wanted to come here because just in the spirit of still just keeping on and staying on track. This is like, I'm really, really trying to do that. And this is my effort. So I feel good about it, just coming and just making sure I'm making my effort to come and just be with the family. Okay. So with that said, like, as I always say, no matter where you are in life, no matter what age you are or whatever, it is never too late for a reset, guys. All right. It's never too late for a reset. I want to thank for whoever showed up. A couple of you guys popped in, popped out. It is all good. Every week is different. So that's absolutely fine. And like I said, whoever was meant to be here will be here. So thank you, Harold, for popping in and going over a few things and letting me know I was on the right track with this chlorophyll, collagen, and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. So thumbs up for that list. That lets me know I'm on the right track too. Okay, guys. All right. Well, I will come back next Sunday in episode 5. I don't exactly know what the topic will be yet, but I will get to that when I know. You guys will know. And anyways, so I wish you all a good night, and I will catch you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.